Hello and welcome to another episode of Spirit Seeking with Pratik on Sound Health Solution. There was a book I once read. It was a very small book. It was a very short book, but it was one of the best books I have read so far. It made so much sense and it gave so much insight. It gave so much clarity. And the name of the book is The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success by Deepak Chopra. Let's get elaborated on the 7 spiritual laws. So the first law is the law of pure potentiality. What does this mean? Whatever the being, whatever is in existence, may it be living or non-living or ether, it comes from this one flow of energy. For example, in a tree, there are flowers, there are leaves, there are sprouts, there are fruits, there are branches, there are roots, but it all emerges from a seed. Similarly, in the entire globe, there are rivers, there are rivulets, there are lakes, there are ponds, there are oceans, there are seas, but the source of all of that water is one link and unbroken. It's one stream of water going around throughout the world, isn't it? Similarly, in every being, whatever is existing, it all emerges from this pure field of energy, this field of pure consciousness, pure energy, and we are all made of that. However, as humans, we have created a sense of self, and it's almost like a false sense of self, which is called the ego. The ego puts in front of us a veil, a curtain. It's almost like wearing a colored glass. So all of the things, all of the beings existent, they come from one source of energy. It's this one stream of consciousness, one stream of energy that flows and appears in different forms and in different energies. But we have a veil of ego. If we are able to lift the veil of ego, it's almost like we have shades on of different colors, and that makes us see the world entirely different from whatever the truth is. It paints us, our ego paints the world according to our visions, but the truth might be different. In fact, the truth is greater than that. First law says that if you are able to sideline your ego, of course ego will always be there, you need to make it your servant and not your master. Our egos paint the picture we see of the world according to our visions, but the truth is greater than that. So when you are able to sideline the ego, you then tap into this universal consciousness, a universal stream of energy, and there you are fearless. You feel almost godlike. You are barely touched, barely affected by anything. You are calm most of the times. You are calm, content, and you see things clearly for what they really are. The intentions, the motivation behind different actions of different people, behind your actions, you see it all, and hence this actually makes living easier for you. The second law is the law of giving. This sounds paradoxical, that if you give more, you receive more. But that's what the law says. If you give more, you receive more. How does this work? You are not a storehouse. You are not a safe where someone can lock their money in. You are the bank. You are constantly making transactions. Your energy is constantly flowing. You're constantly receiving and you're constantly giving it out. If you realize that, you realize that the more you give out, the more you create in yourself a space, a container to receive more. If you, for example, let's talk in terms of energy. You have certain energy in your body. If you decide to keep it with yourself and not give it, if you decide to just hold it to yourself, the energy will slowly rot, because the nature of energy is to move, circulate. But if you are able to give out that energy, expend that energy in a certain task, you will create an empty space for new energy to enter your body, new fresh energy to enter your body. The more you are able to give, the more you're able to expend, the more you're able to do things outside, the more empty space, fresh space you create for yourself inside for this new energy to arrive in you, right? So that is the law of giving. So give positively, give abundantly in order to receive abundantly, without any purpose, without any intention, without any motivation. If you're able to do that, that's great. But even if you have intentions and purpose, it's okay. But if you're just able to give for the sake of giving and for the sake of love, the things that you receive in return will be unimaginably pleasant. The third is the law of least effort. Yes, a lot of these laws sound very paradoxical, but what it says is you need to make the least effort in order to be successful. What does this mean? Does a fish make so much effort to swim in the ocean? No, it swims and slides very easily, right? Does a tree take a lot of effort? Does it looks like it's sweating its heads out when it's planting its root on the ground and bearing fruits? No. Similarly, you have a certain nature, you have certain potential, and in order to fulfill that potential, in order to do what you were born to do, you take the least effort. This makes sense because if you are an artist and if you are put in a desk job without the use of any creative execution, of course you will feel drained, you will feel sweaty, you will feel like you're making a lot of effort. But if you're allowed to make art, it won't feel like much of an effort. It'll feel like you're gliding into it. It'll feel like play. And hence, because your nature is that of an artist, you were born to be an artist. Your potential is that of an artist. So you become an artist without much effort. And there are higher chances of you being successful as an artist than you being successful as somebody who does a desk job. Isn't that true? So these were 3 out of 7 laws of spiritual success by Deepak Chopra. It's just a personalized review. What do you think of this? You can put it down in our comments box below. And if you like this video, do not forget to press the like button. If you like whatever is happening here, do not forget to share and subscribe to Sound Health Solution. We'll make sure that we'll come up with more videos like this for you in the future. Until next time.